B-boy. From the old to the new, still a B-boy. Too bold for the school, still a B-boy. East Coast to the West, B-boys worldwide. We supposed to be blessed, still a B-boy.
This week, we're heading out west to talk about an MC who was there when Death Row Records was starting out. Appearing on The Chronic, Doggy Style, he joined his partner Daz and give us a string of Dogg Pound albums. But his solo work shouldn't be discounted or overlooked. So this week, top 10 Kurupt solo songs. Joining me, as always, Raven's in the house. We got Diz Mega back. Brad's back. Riplak's here. This is his favorite MC, so should get some deep insight into Kurupt. But I will start us out at my number 10. And this is the album I never thought I'd pick from. It's still my least favorite of his, easy. But there's one song on here I kind of like, and that's 2005's Against the Grain. This is when he went back to Death Row when Death Row was a shell of his former self. But there's a song on here called Throwback Music 86, and I just really love the old school vibe. It reminded me of that old school West Coast, music. And the Krup's talking about back in the day, reminiscing, and those kind of songs always hit me, and it's a hook I always sing along with. For the most part, the rest of the album is very forgetful, in my humble opinion. But Throwback Music 86, you get a reminisce song, you got Chris. So that was my number 10. Raven, you are up at 10.
Did you say that was your least favorite album from him?
Yeah.
I actually came to really love this fucking. It's one of
Wow.
my favorites from him. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna start with what could be my least favorite album, Space Boogie, Smoke
What?
Odyssey.
What?
Don't like it. Don't care for the album. It just feels very flat to me. The beats felt very flat. He didn't feel like he was in it on that album for me. But I went with Lay It On Back with Fred Durst and DJ Lethal and Nate Dogg. Because man, it was fun. Fred Durst actually was kind of killing it. He going back and forth with Kurupt. It had a real dope vibe to it, considering it had a member of Limp Bizkit in it. But I really, yeah, that was like the one song where I was like, all right, this album, it had something.
It's funny. I like that song, but there was no fucking way I was
It's a
picking
good
that song
song,
because
isn't it?
I heard Chris being like, "You picked a song with Limp Bizkit on it." I was like, "Fuck that! That's staying away from my list."
No, I got you. Surprisingly, I got him on there. So
It was an honorable mention. I agree. Fred Durst doesn't, I mean, he does
that
fine.
back and forth vibe he
Yeah,
had with Corrupt just
it
kind of killed
worked.
it.
It's crazy that that's your least. Space
It's
Boogie's
just so
always been my
flat.
favorite.
It just felt so flat to me. Like it felt lifeless. I don't know.
Huh. Interesting. Well, Brad, you're up at number 10. I know it's not the Limp Bizkit track.
No, definitely not. No, it's funny. I think I mentioned this in a messenger just to prelude my list. Like, I bought the first three Corrupt albums, and that's really what I stuck to because that's what I know. But I back to the '90s. I remember being pretty disappointed by all of them. Although I think I didn't give Space Boogie enough of a chance because I was just kind of disappointed with the first two. So I feel like Corrupt is awesome on other people's songs and his verses, and so it was just I just find that his albums just something missing on all of his albums, but I do think Space Boogie is the best of what I listen to. But again, I don't know, he can't pull together a whole album. But anyways, I'm always down to hear Dr. Dre. So I ask yourself a question off the first album. Corruption is my number 10.
I was not. That I found boring. Raven, you say Space Boogie was boring. Corruption to me, I felt was, I don't know. It just was there.
You couldn't even pare it down to one album being good. Like most of
Right.
that album is forgettable. Like,
It was just boring.
yeah.
Man.
But
I
hey,
mean,
Dr.
maybe
Dre, the beat was good. I love hearing Dre, and Crepes verse was all right.
Right.
So
Right. Now we're gonna hear how Corruption is Diz's favorite Corrupt album. Diz, what's your number 10?
Well, I am going to Streets of the Mother, and my 10th song is Loose Cannons featuring
yes.
Exhibit and Daz Dillinger. It's just such a hype track. Daz Dillinger, Black Coven on the beat. I like the theme of it. It kind of reminds me of Nobody Move from Easy E at first. Exhibit's just in the bank saying, "This is not your money. Don't be a hero." And they just kill that track. So I had to put that in my top 10. It was hard, but yeah, Loose Cannons, number 10.
Good, because that was an honorable mention. I love that track. They sample NWA on that, so that's why it has that feel.
Great samples, yeah.
Yeah, that's a dope song. I'm glad it got picked. All right, Riplak, number 10 for you.
I'm gonna spoil it. I got my 10 and 9 off Corruption. And I'm gonna start with We Can Freak It. Has that kind of G-funk style to it. I really only picked these songs. I think the first two the 9 and 10 I picked are just ones for some reason I listen to a lot. Just I don't know that vibe, but that vibe got me. But the my top 8 are bangers straight up. So I had to pick We Can Freak It and then another from Corruptions coming up. And that's my cliffhanger.
Well, We Can Freak It was an honorable mention. That was one of the handful of songs I actually enjoyed off that album.
Kind of
Um,
like that beat. It's just I don't know.
yeah, no, I enjoyed that track as well. So number 9, this is going to be my deep cut. The year is 2001, but it's not Space Boogie. We're going to the Oz soundtrack, and the song is called Behind the Walls. Now, I was a huge fan of the HBO series Oz. It is so damn good. And this is a soundtrack from that. And Corrupt's talking about all the people in the show, like it's for the people who watch the show. And mixing that with Life Behind Bars, you got Nate Dogg on the hook, Mike Dean on the beat. Really
Mm.
great video with Nate and Corrupt in prison. Such an underrated soundtrack. The Oz soundtrack has some really good songs on it. And if you had never watched Oz, shit, it's like from the late 90s, but it still holds up. I rewatched the series maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it was still entertaining. So, and you'll never look at the guy on the farmer's insurance thing the same. I just
It,
say,
it's a really good show, but it got weird the last couple of seasons were out there. It jumped the shark, but the first few seasons were awesome. I loved that show. I got to get that
so
soundtrack.
good. Oh,
I
it's a
want to
really good
say
soundtrack.
something
Yeah,
about that song. So that's crazy. I forgot about that song. And I used to listen to it all the time. But then I heard the Shine remix and then I stopped
that's right.
listening to it. So it kind of got I like some of Shine stuff, but like I kind of just quit listening to that song. But that's a great song. That's a great pick.
It was my deep cut of the day. All right, Raven, number 9.
It's not the first time you pick from that soundtrack, and I think the
It's a
last
great
time it
soundtrack.
just, I fucking forget about it every time.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna have to go listen to that song later. Yeah, I went with Corruption, Make Some Noise featuring Daz. I like the samples. Daz kind of rocks the hook. It's kind of a fun beat with some decent flows. My favorite on Corruption, and I Corruption, I remember thinking it was alright when it came out. It's like it's not great if you hold it beside Dog Pound, dog food, obviously. But for his, I don't know. I think I might like it better than I liked Daz's first Redemption solo. So yeah, I don't know. It was alright. I don't think it needed to be as long as it was. It just drags and it does get a little boring. But I like the sampling and just the vibe of Make Some Noise.
I think the idea behind Corruption, the West Coast disc and the East Coast disc, is an interesting idea. It just it
It
just
drug
didn't.
on.
Yeah. I did not like it. It wasn't like, oh, I hate this. It just was whatever. Brad, what is your number 9?
All right, we're going to the only album I have on vinyl. I got to get Space Boogie on vinyl. There's only two albums of his that came out on vinyl, but Streets is the mother I bought. And I chose representing that GC. I just thought it was a super catchy song. I like that like computer, it's like old school West Coast vibe. So yeah, that's it.
Great album that will get talked about more. Diz, what is your number 9?
Number 9, Can You Feel It, off of the Death Row album, Against the Grain, featuring Potion. Not a real popular producer on there. Forgettable. I don't even remember his name. But I love the beat. He's not the first to sample that Can You Feel It? But it's one of the more upbeat tracks on the record. And Against the Grain is actually my favorite Corrupt album. I
Wow.
love that record. Pretty
Wow.
much top to bottom. which I did not like any of his other records top to bottom like that, even Streets of the Mother. But for some reason, that point in time for Death Row, I know it was a shell of its former self, but they have this roster of Kurupt, Eastwood, Crooked Eye was still kind of there. P.D. Pablo had joined for a bit,
That's right.
and these cool ass producers that were like, I don't know, just keeping the lights on. And it was, I don't know if you want to call it, I mean, it obviously wasn't the Death Row from before, but man, that crew was cool. And I appreciate the era. I knew they were going down soon, and they did. So, but yeah, love that song. Can You Feel It? Featuring Potion Against the Grain.
I completely forgot about the PD Pablo being
Oh,
there.
he's got countless tracks that he recorded there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Interesting that you and Raven are on the same. I don't know why I hated on it so much, but you know me. Riplak, what's your number 9 from Corruption?
My number 9 is Seawalk, and love me some Trey D.
And I sat on my hands so I wouldn't throw gang signs.
That's
You know,
the
I'll be
best way
rapping
to-
along the songs like in my car, and if they talk about, and I find myself doing that, I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking shot one day. The wrong person's gonna be driving past me and think I'm, throwing up a set at them.
That old school West Coast gangster song, man.
Okay, number 8. Now going into this, I always thought Space Boogie was my favorite, and I still do love it. It's so close. But coming out of
Mhm.
this, I think my favorite one now is 1999's Street is a Mother. And when it came out, I think I liked it, but I don't really remember listening to it that much. But I loved it this time around. And I'm going with I Ain't Shit Without My Homeboys. It's a great on the real song about you and your homeboys. It features Daz, Crooked Eye, Superfly, Baby S, who was on Ruthless for a minute when they were a shell of themselves. And man, Crooked Eye is so damn good. I mean, he's still really good. But even back then, Daz does the beat, laid back, gangsta vibes, serious overtones, posse track, just about you and your true friends, you and your homeboys. So that was my number 8. I ain't shit without my homeboys. Raven, what's your number 8?
I'm gonna really fuck you up. Like my favorite albums from him is Against the Grain and Streetlights, surprisingly. Those are my two favorite Corrupt albums. But I'm gonna go to Against the Grain for the first time with the song Stalkin', because man, it's just a crazy fucking beat. It's all over the place. I love the flow. It's just really fun. I don't know, it stood out because of how just fucking different it's awkward against the rest of the album, and I really like that.
It definitely stood out. That was a weird ass song. Okay, we are on 8 yet. Brad, you're up.
All right, so I went to Space Boogie, which I really hadn't listened to, and I'm kicking myself for not listening to it. To me, it's kind of like an old school 90s West Coast album with the old funk samples. And I mean, I should have known it was called Space Boogie. And I went with the first, well, I guess the second track after the intro, Space Boogie with Nate Dogg. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, ooh, ooh, this is good. This is that 70s samples, dope Nate Dogg on the hook, and yeah, so I'm a fan of this album
And
now.
it has amazing feature. I mean, there's a lot of good features on that record too.
Super good, super good.
Right. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about, Raven. I just want to throw that out there. Get it on record.
Hey, I didn't bash you for your shit taste in his album, so you can leave me alone.
Damn, 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 damn. All right. There's a lot of show to go yet, so keep
Raven's
some
going
bullets.
against the grain, going against the grain.
Diz, what is your number 8?
Your girlfriend is a hoe. Streets is a mother. Featuring Daz Dillinger on there. It's just such a catchy track. It's actually kind of like Stalking, actually in the same theme, you know. It's one of those tracks that usually don't age well, but Krupps actually do all right. The beat is hella catchy, and I like the annoying girl just talking in the back saying, "Yeah, I'm a hoe, whatever." It's just a bunch of I don't know, man. Probably doesn't age well, but I still love the track. One of my favorite on there. That's my number 8.
You know, half of the songs I grew up listening to haven't aged very well, so.
It aged very well. Leave it alone. It's a great song.
It's a great song.
Okay, number 8, riplak.
Number 8, this is where the bangers come. You can't change my mind. You might be able to change my mind on 9 and 10. We're gonna start off with Step Up featuring Crooked Eye and Exhibit off of The Streets is a Mother. And it just from beginning to end, they have a little announcement in the beginning and just go off. Crooked Eye goes crazy, followed by Kurupt. Kurupt loves Exhibit. I don't know. I like Exhibit, but they just do great together.
Okay, so number 7, and for the first and only time, I'm actually going to go to 1998's Corruption. You know, we talked about the album, but there's one song on here that I really love, and that is Make Some Noise, because it samples Public Enemy's Black Steel and the Hour of Chaos, which is a brave choice, but it works really well. It's a beat that Superfly did, and just that sample features Daz rapping on it. It's such a cool idea. But what's weird to me is the one that samples this Public Enemy, very East Coast song is on the West Coast disc. I always thought that didn't make any sense, but I don't know. You're always going to get me with PE, so make some noise. Number 7, Raven, you're up.
I'm gonna go back to Against the Grain to Throwback Music '86. I love the throwback, vibe. That's the point of the song. But it's just got a dope flow and it's got that really, it's just really good West Coast music.
Number 7 for you, Brad.
All right. Well, I have a couple of cheats. I'm very sorry, but you mentioned the DJ Quick and Kurupt album, and I was like, oh yeah, I have that. I hadn't listened to it in a long time, and I was like, well, I don't know. I'm just gonna pick some songs off of it because it's actually a really good album, and so it's a little bit of a cheat, but 9 times out of 10, well, 8 times out of 10 in this list, I'm not cheating, but 9 times out of 10 is the song. But yeah,
Wow.
this song is the beat is just super insane. It's dope, and it's a really cool song. That whole album. I mean, DJ Quick doesn't really do bad shit, so
No.
it's a really good album. And thanks to this list, it made me pull it back out and listen to it again. If stuff doesn't come out on vinyl, I kind of forget about it, and unfortunately, that one didn't come out on vinyl.
Diz, number 7.
Going to the Space Boogie record, The Hardest Motherfuckers, featuring Nate Dogg, MC Ren, and Exhibit. Red
Yeah.
Rec really killed that beat. I was very impressed, really. It's very Dr. Dre-ish. And, my naked ear would have thought it was Dr. Dre. I think Dr. Dre gets a little props on there from Kurupt. So does, yeah, NWA pretty much does. But when you got a track, and usually MC Ren, when he gets to start off a song on a collab, he just brings the intro to he just starts it off hard, man, and that's no difference here. I think it's one of the 2 tracks that Nate Dogg and Ren actually collab on, which is pretty cool. You can't, it's a winning formula, man. Exhibit, Ren, Nate Dogg, Kurupt, bomb ass track, Frederick on the beat. That's it.
I agree. I knew you would have that, so I was pretty sure you'd have that
Has to
song
be.
because of Ren, because of MC
Yep.
Ren. And it might get talked about again. Number 7 for you, Riplak.
I have something off The Streets as a Mother once again, and it's Trilogy. Has that type of beat. I was inspired by songs like this on one of my albums to open with a beat just like this. So it definitely hits hard. This one could have been the intro to the album just because it sets you off right.
Yeah, that was an honorable mention. That whole album really held up good to me for whatever
Yeah, I was
reason.
a little surprised. I did listen to a lot more Corrupt lately, even though I do anyway, but like
Hmm.
more so now to where like I didn't know The Streets as a Mother was gonna outweigh like any of the other ones, but it
I was
did.
surprised. I was surprised how much I liked it. Or it might be my favorite. Or at least this past week it's been my favorite. So, number 6. And you talked about the album before, Raven, 2010 Street Lights, and this wasn't a bad album. I didn't mind this record. And I'm going with the song Questions. It's a very weird song with a weird vibe, with a weird flow, even a weird cadence, but in all the right ways. You have to hear it to even understand how I'm explaining it, and you still might not. But the beat is a mix of like actual hand claps. There's a piano and then some like almost Wu-Tang Oriental sounding. I don't know what those instruments are called that they play in Japan. Kurupt is just listing all the questions about his whole career. And he just goes down the list. He covers everything from, Pac, his relationship with Foxy Brown, the Death Row days, Daz. He just keeps going, all these things that people ask him. And his flow will keep rising in anger and frustration, kind of like Nas's One Mic. It's that same idea where all these questions are just pissing him off more and more, and his voice goes up to the end of the verse. It's so damn good. I just love the lyrics. I love the Bananas beat. It's so unique. Great track. If you never heard it, Questions is worth seeking out. So it made it at number 6. You are up, Raven.
It's a good pick. Might get
Yeah.
talked about again.
Huh.
So yeah, I went to The Streets is a Mother 1999, and when that drops, I loved it, and that's been my favorite Corrupt Up album up until really we did this, and I really kind of fell in love with those other two. I went with Who Ride With Us with Daz just because I love when those two are together. That's got a great beat and just classic good flow that they always have together.
Another honorable mention crossed off. Got almost all the Streets of the Mothers crossed off. Brad, you're number 6.
The hardest motherfuckers. Hell yeah, MC Ren. That song is dope. I loved that song. I might have even I might have even put it a little higher. It was really hard for me to rank these, honestly. So, but yeah, that was another surprise. Like, ooh, all right, that's a dope song. I'm glad someone else mentioned it.
And Fred Reck is kind of a little underrated as well. He's made some really great West Coast beats. Number 6 for you, Diz.
Number 6 is Throwback Music 86 up Kurupt
Ah,
against the
Hell yeah.
Cream. I mean, what can I say, man? It's just such a cool beat. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, if you listen to the sounds in the back, geez, it's just so gangsta, man. It's like,
mhm.
I love the flow. I love the hook. I love that song. So, Throwback Music 86. I know I wasn't the first, so got nothing much more to say about it.
I didn't think anyone else would pick that. I'm like, I'm the one who likes the nostalgic shit. No one else is going to pick this. I got to get it on. But
Mhm.
pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Okay, Riplak, you were up at 6.
I got Ho's a Housewife off the streets as a mother, that version. Obviously, Dr. Dre talking about hoes, ages well. And I mean, Hitman, whatever. No one's ever heard of that guy again. But great song, classic song. People loved it.
Do you think Corrupt liked that song? I don't know. It's on every fucking album.
I know. I just chose another one off Streets as a Mother to keep
You're
the
right.
consistency going.
Yeah, I thought that would be an honorable mention, but I don't have it written down on any of the albums that it's on. So,
Well, most people think of the Chronic 2000 or whatever it was on.
It
yeah,
was
What was
on
it, 2001? I don't
was
remember.
it yeah, it was on
It was off the
2001.
Dre album.
Streets as a Mother was on Corruption. Like I just heard that song. I remember when every album I bought, I was like, "Is this song on every fucking album? Like,
That's
what
his
is
theme
going
song,
on?"
man. That's his like entrance music.
is that trust music? Yeah, like, what the
Somebody
fuck?
pissed him off.
And it's a great song. Don't get me wrong. Like it's coming up again, but
He's got
I
to
couldn't
get
get.
got to get his money out of that Dre beat, right? Keep
Still mad at that housewife.
yeah. Fuck that out. Halfway point, number 5. And it was just talked about 2001 Space Boogie, the hardest. I love that everyone was picking that Ren exhibit, Nate Dogg Corrupt. I mean, Fred Wreck, Nate Dogg on the hook. And kind of like you said, Diz, when Ren comes in first, bring your bitch ass in, close the door, and it just sets the tone for it. It's just so great. And everything else has really been said about it. Great posse track. So the hardest was my number 5, Raven. What was yours?
I went to Street Lights with Face Down. It's just simple beat, Kurupt on some real simple gangster shit. Yeah, Streetlights is an album I don't remember hearing at all when it came out. So I was really surprised with how much I liked on that album.
I agree. It was a decent album. It was solid. Number 5, yes, Brad.
All right, one more cheat. Back to the Blackout album. Fuck y'all. It's a super catchy little guitar in the back, and again, really really good album. I could have picked any number of songs off that album, but I kept it to two.
I gotta go back through that because I knew I liked that album, and I love anything. I've never listened to a DJ Quick album and been like, "This sucks." Yeah,
Exactly.
DJ Quick, even
Facts.
his bad albums are good. So, number 5 for you, Diz.
Number 5 on the Kurupt album, We Can Freak It. Not a song I really cared for when I first heard it. Actually, I dismissed the whole record. But later on, when I started digging through his albums, I know that was like a single and probably real popular. I probably just found it under the popular Kurupt songs. And I saw Baby S on there, and I was like, I'll check it out. And I was like, damn it, I remember this song and I hated it, and now it's so catchy, and now I love it. Now I just love the stupid song. So, and Baby S is pretty cool. I think him and Kurupt have a few songs together, but he didn't really reach his potential, that Baby S guy. But yeah, We Can Freak It. I'm gonna put it at number 5.
Yeah, Baby S was one of them last artists on Ruthless before Tamika completely ran it into the ground. Like him and
Indeed.
Hobson. Hobson was on Ruthless in his
There was
last
a
days. Yeah.
NX was on there. I don't know if you remember them.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
NX was on Ruthless.
Yeah.
I actually did
Yeah.
not know that one.
Now that he says that, I do remember that. I actually think I have a vinyl of NX, and it's got the Ruthless label on it. So,
Hmm.
okay, still at number 5, riplak.
My number 5, we're going with Daz and Corrupt now. We're going with Your Girlfriend. We already talked about it, and
I think it's girlfriend with a Y, if I
it
remember
is.
right. Yeah.
And it's off of Streets as a Mother. Again, that's like 4 in a row from me.
Yeah, I love that album. I love
Great.
that record. Number 4, I'm going back to 2001 Space Boogie. And I'm not even gonna apologize for it. I'm going with the single It's Over. I know it's commercial. I know it doesn't seem like something I'd pick, but I love this song because it's so catchy. It's an earworm. Featured his fiance at the time and eventual baby mother. She kicks a verse and she's doing low key disses at Foxy Brown because that was who Kurupt was with before. I really like that. And I found out by doing this, I don't remember this. She actually got hit by a car in 2012 and died. And that's Kurupt's baby mother. Kurupt does a decent job on the verses. It's just the earworm that sticks in my mind. I'm singing it now. It's just catchy as fuck. And I thought she did really good. Natina Reed is her name. So yeah, it's over. I'm picking the Poppy song at number 4. Raven, what is your number 4?
I'm gonna go back to Streetlights with questions. You've spoke about it, but it has this just long build up, and I love the feel of the building of the beat and Corrupt's attitude as he raps till he hits that just like drop off to that weird hook, and then back to that weird build up, slow, choppy. Like I don't know, it's like you said, it's a really hard song to describe, but
Mm.
it jumped between 2, 3, and 4 for me because I love that vibe. And he actually has multiple songs with that really slow build up. Speak on It with Val C was another one that has that same feel.
The closest thing I can explain is like Nas's one mic, kind of how it builds. It's what it
Yeah, you
kind of
mix
reminds me
mix
of.
that with a little bit of No More Questions because it has that almost interview style, but he's just telling
Right.
both points.
No, it's a great song. Good pick. Brad, what's your number 4?
All right, going back. I don't know if you can see the hype sticker on there, but it says includes hidden track, calling out name,
There it is. I knew it was coming from
the
someone.
diss track. Yeah, I love a good diss song, and this is dope. So, I don't know why it was a hidden track. I should have put it out there, but yeah, whatever. Calling out names.
I couldn't fit it on, but it was obviously an honorable mention. Not a lot of people were going at DMX and took some shots at Foxy again. Poor
Said
Foxy.
Nas as well.
Nas, yeah, there's a couple people.
Yeah, I heard him diss the firm, and I was like, "Is that
Right.
real?" He was like, "He's got Dre on there, and Dre produced the firm." I didn't understand that. I was like, "What's up with that?"
So number 4 for you, Diz.
Calling out names. You know what's so cool back then is that you would play the end of the CD
And
and
not
you'd get
stop
that
it.
hidden track.
Yep.
Yeah. Some CDs had like a space, a long silence before the
Hmm.
song actually started. I don't know if you remember Busy Bones Heaven's movie had that at the end. Social Studies, I think it was called. Anyways, calling out names. The disses are cool. I mean, wow, what can you say, man? This DMX. Yeah, fuck the firm, fuck Belly.
Dude,
Corrupt
I
is
crack
always,
up
yeah, yeah.
every time he says fuck Belly because you're just like, fuck your movie, idiot. Like, I don't know. I laugh every time.
Right.
Awesome. And it's so weird because Corrupt, he will diss people that are friends with the label or his circle. Like he doesn't give a shit. Like he's dissed Ja Rule, even though Suge loves Ja Rule, or Ja Rule like throws a song at Death Row for like dysfunctional family, you know.
Mhm.
So it's kind of interesting how Corrupt just kind of, I guess he goes against the grain. You know, he does his own
Uh,
thing. But calling out names, what a cool track, and you know, not many DMX disses out there, but this one kind of goes all out. A lot of fun, you know.
The best Ja Rule diss though is the 50 Cent one, where he bought like a bunch of seats to his show.
that's
Oh,
right. Yeah.
Bought
To
out
the
like the
front,
first 10
first
rows or
three.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean, man, that 50 Cent is a
He's
petty
Master
motherfucker,
of
you
Oh, he's
know.
a
trolling.
great
Master
troll.
troll.
dude, those
Such a
guys
good
can't
troll.
help it. They go at each other still, like on Twitter. I'm like,
Oh
dude,
yeah. 50
like,
Cent's always going at someone.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm glad you brought up this the hidden tracks on CDs because you're right, that was a huge deal. If you're younger and listening, I mean, you would I always think of like ICP had a lot like that where it would just be silence for 4 minutes and then a skit or another song would come on. There's some where it'd be like on Chino's first album, like you have the first 14 regular songs and then it had like 90 tracks and you'd go to like 72 and there'd be a little something and it was all the other ones were blank. It was just so cool back in the day. Is like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? So I'm glad you brought that point up.
word.
Number 4 for you, Riplak.
Mine, I got one featuring Exhibit. It's called Calling Out Names. That's crazy. Like three people.
Wow.
Nice.
Damn it. I should have added this.
Has that ever happened?
3 in a row.
A couple
That's
times we've
crazy.
had everyone on,
Really?
we've
I
had
was gonna say, I
everyone
mean, I'm
have
not
number
surprised.
one.
Like,
We've
I'm
had
not
everyone have
surprised.
number one already. Yeah.
I'm not surprised. It's got a great beat. The bridge is crazy. The hook by DM or fucking Exhibit. God. But he's dissing DMX and like, I don't know. I love DMX, but I don't know. That's hard. That was hard for me a little bit. But because I mean, that's one I couldn't take sides on, period.
I
Love
get
both.
it. I mean,
Huge DMX. This Dark and Hell's
yeah.
Hot is my favorite hip hop album.
I mean, I love NWA, one of my favorite groups ever. But I was rapping along to No Vaseline like a
Mm,
motherfucker. So
yup.
Still do. Still do.
right, right, still do. You know what's interesting? When I saw Cube this summer, he performed No Vaseline, but he didn't say any of their names. He just stopped rapping. He wouldn't say like Easy's name or whatever. And he only did the first verse and he left out names except Jerry Heller's name. He said, like fuck Jerry Heller or whatever. But everyone else, he didn't diss him. I thought that was kind of interesting way
This is
to do such a famous song without dissing them.
like
So
calling out names is like I love diss songs so much. I'm a little surprised by myself is not higher, but the other ones in his place I'm not mad about either.
no, that's a good one. I'm the only one who didn't get it on my list. Top 3, we are there. And I'm surprisingly going back to 2010 Streetlights. And I'm going with the title track, Streetlights. It's just the vibe to the song that hits me, and it really sounds. If you just played this beat and asked me who produced it, I would guess Eminem. It sounds like an Eminem beat when he was producing, like in 2004 or 5. He had that real distinct sound, and it's not Eminem, but that's what it sounds like. There's an eerie piano chord and a drum, and then the chorus just hits like a bomb going off. And it's a serious, deep song, and the music just matches it. And it's just one of those things that gets me in a zone or just certain vibe where I'm just all encompassed. Just nothing's going on but that song around me. And Corrupt's on point with the lyrics. Yeah, it's just next level piece of music to me. Maybe it should have been higher. I really, really love this song. It's just an epic song. So, Streetlights, the title track, I believe it ends the record. If not the last, the second to the last song. Yeah, check it out if you never heard it. So that was my number three. What is three to you, Raven?
Number three, I remember sitting in the Arby's parking lot listening to The Streets of the Mother and the bonus track popping on and me losing my shit. And yeah, calling out names is my number three. Nobody would go against DMX at that time. It was just one of those, like, DMX kind of literally was ruling New York rap at that moment. And Kurupt was just like, I don't fucking care. You know, he wrote beside Tupac. He don't give a fuck. Going against Nas, like very few people went against Nas at the time. Like it just he put his whole chest out there without a bulletproof vest on and was like, fuck him. And you know, he still put out classic albums long after that. So I love a good diss track.
Okay, we are on three. I'll rein it back in. Are we on Brad?
Yeah.
Ah,
So back to Space Boogie. And now I've got that I picked this one, of course. Gangstas, Mike Dean on the beat. It's a dope Mike Dean, Daz rapping. And now I've got to go listen to that Oz song because I imagine that one's
it's
fucking dope.
great. Yeah, Mike
I
Dean
mean,
is.
honestly, Mike Dean really, that dude does not do anything bad. Like that guy's a fucking hip hop genius. I love that guy. So of course I was gonna put that song way up there.
That is a great song. I thought that would be on my honorables too, but I must have been trying to whittle that list down. But it's a great song. Yeah, check out that Oz Behind Bars song
Going
or
to. I hope
Behind
it's on live.
Walls. Behind Walls, it's called. All right, Diz, you're number three.
All right, my number three. I don't think it's on. It ever came out on an official record, but now it's on some record on Spotify called. I don't know what it's called. Just look it up. This is No Vaseline Part Two. Funny, we were just
Hmm?
talking about No Vaseline. This is this never came out officially, I don't think, but it's a great track. It really borrows G's and Hustlers from Snoop Dogg, ironically, but he goes through and like this is Superfly, a Lox. This is Daz, of course. This is Snoop Dogg. Just these funny ass lines, like he's gonna beat Snoop's ass for 10 and Trey D. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I know it's hard to make a part two of No Vaseline and nobody should ever try. This one is pretty good though. I'm not even mad that he called it part two. He does some samples or from Ice Cube as well, so I think it's in good taste. I mean, for a diss track.
Yeah.
He doesn't really steal the entire thing or anything,
Right.
but he throws some Ice Cube lines in there. It's a dope track. I would check it out if you haven't heard it. No Vaseline 2.
I don't think I've ever heard that.
Never heard it.
This is this,
No.
man. This is this.
Wow. Wow, I missed that one.
Nice choice.
That's yeah, I'm looking that one up, definitely. Number three for you, Riplak.
That G's and Hustlers beat is insane too. I'll have to
That's a
check
dope
that
beat.
out. Number three, I have Who Ride With Us. Off Streets as a Mother. Once again, this is one of the songs just because I'm a way bigger Corrupt than Daz person. But Daz on this song, shit, he's perfect for this beat. The way he rides it, great song. And these top like three or four could have all easily been ones. I love that song.
And we said on Dog Pound episode, I think Daz has such a smooth flow. I mean, he might not be the most lyrical, but his flow is just
He surprises me though. Sometimes he's chill and then he gets on a song like this and it's just like he can do so much and you don't really think about it when you think of me at least. I don't think of it.
right.
But once you really like sit down and listen. He's very good. He's a very good artist.
Yeah, no doubt. And a dual threat artist as well.
Yeah.
Okay, number two. And this, whether it's you guys or everyone listening, feel free to judge me. I don't know why this is number two. I'm going to try to explain why, but it's one of those things I don't know. And it's off of 1999, Streets is a Mother. I'm going back here. And it's Girls All Pause with Nate Dogg on the hook. It also, I believe, was a single because I remember hearing it on a radio or something, but it's like crack for my brain. I mean, I'm singing it nonstop in my head now, just talking about it. And Nate Dogg not only does the hook, but he goes back and forth like every 4 bars with Kurupt. Very similar to Regulate with Warren G, how they go back and forth. Binky on the beat. Roscoe adds a couple bars here and there. He must have just been chilling in the studio. There's nothing I can do to explain it. Girls all pause. My brain just loves it. Like it can't get enough of it after all these years. I mean, it's weird. I can't explain it. So I'll stop trying. So that was my number two. Raven, what was yours?
I went with The Hardest with MC Ren. I don't really have much more to say. It got talked about like 4 times, I think, but it's a great song. I fucking love MC Ren, and I loved hearing them together. So
Brad, you're number two.
All right. Yeah, so I went with Who Ride With Us. That to me, that song is super fucking catchy and an earworm. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, this song is dope. This is going way up high on the list. So I'm glad maybe y'all are gonna pick it for number one. I don't know, but it could have been a number one. Again, my top 10 numbers wise, maybe not perfect, but this song is dope.
Yeah, it was an honorable mention for me, but very West Coast, just that West Coast gangster shit. Tiz, you're number two.
Number two, I'm going Slide In, Slide Out, featuring Eastwood and Big Try and Young Tone off of Against the Grain. I don't know who did the beat, but it's just some old school shit, you know. And I like it. Much of the record has this kind of theme where it's not really too commercial, but not too gutter, you know, just kind of in the middle or something. But Slide In, Slide Out, pretty cool. I love Eastwood on here. I really liked Eastwood's work on Death Row. I'm kind of bummed he didn't do anything after really noteworthy, but he was a cool little trio no matter where he went. Like sometimes he would do a back and forth with Crooked Eye, and then sometimes with Kurupt. But Eastwood always was a good bonus to have on your track. And this one, Slide In, Slide Out, catchy. It's dope. My second favorite song that Kurupt has ever made.
Yeah, I'm surprised all the love against the grain's getting. It's interesting. Riplak, what's your number two?
My number two is off of Corruption. This one's for you. The girl singing the hooks, badass. The beat's great. This is the only Corrupt song I never listened to just one time in a row, which is weird. I don't do that often, but it comes on. I gotta listen to it again at least once.
Okay, number one. No one brought up my number one, and I don't think anyone will have it this high. Again, I'm staying with 99 Streets of the Mother. Man, I love this record. And I'm going with the song I Call Shots. And I don't care what anyone says, this is next level lyricism and emceeing. Just an absolute amazing way to start off this record. Like, this is the best he's ever rapped on anything. It almost has to be. He just kills it lyrically. Like, it starts like psychosomatic, it's automatic, static, catonic, supersonic, bubonic, chronic addict. And he just keeps going like that through the whole fucking song. It's crazy. Roscoe's on it, and he even holds his own. Not quite to Corrupt's level, but it's the best I've ever heard Roscoe rap. It's just lyricism. And at the end of the day, I became a hip hop fan because of lyrics, lyricism, the way he can bend the English language. And he does that perfectly on here. And oddly enough, you got Organized Rhyme produced it, known for their work with Outkast and Goody Mob. Kind of a weird choice, but it works, obviously. So this is how you open an album. I Call Shots. You can never say Kurupt isn't a real MC. So that was my number one. What was yours, Raven?
my number one I went to Street Lights 2010. I went with I'm Burnt. I just really love the beat, and he kills the flow. It's got just a real fun, corrupt feel to it. I always have loved the way Kurupt rhymes and the way his flows. In some of his albums, he gets a little choppy with it, and he kind of almost Silk the Shockers himself a few times. But for the most part, he's been more consistent than Daz has in terms of flow and just holding his shit together, I think. Yeah, I'm burnt. Surprisingly, just Streetlights. Like I said, it's one of those albums I don't think I ever really listened to, and I really fucking like it.
Brad, number one.
All right. So I don't know if this is truly my number one, but I just remember back when every Corrupt album came out, I was like, is Ho's a housewife on every fucking album? But I like the Dr. Dre version or the Streets is a Mother version, not the first. I mean, the first version's fine, but I just remember thinking that, and it really is super catchy. Like it's a real earworm, and I can see why he put it pasted on every fucking release. It's like this is the best thing I've ever done. And he definitely made that original track a whole lot better. So again, maybe not a number one track, but it is my number one today. So
Diz, what was your number one?
My number one is The Streets is a Mother, the title track, featuring Daz Dillinger. This track is not only my favorite on this record, my favorite of Corrupt, but it's in my top 10 of all time. I think it's just a smooth beat. The work that Daz did on here was great. There's just some magic with Daz and Corrupt together that just put this at number one for me. I know that Corrupt is one of these. He was one of the more advanced lyricists in the West Coast, but I can't knock what him and Daz have done. For me, it kind of, those fun tracks that they had together. This one's kind of deep. It's not as like fun, you could say. It's just a deep track, and their chemistry is just like legendary. So, Streets of the Mother, my number one track, one of my favorite songs of all time.
All right, one person and one pick left. Riplak. What's your
I
number
went
one?
with the hardest motherfuckers in here.
Oh, number
Um,
one.
Hell yeah.
Obviously, Ren kicks it off hard, just like he was talking about. Ren destroys it in the opening. This one's more deep to me, and think of it as you will. But I did get my dog to sing the hook, like in the because they go, "It's the Dogg Pound Gangsta Gang." Woo! So like, if you feel me say Nate, he would bark, and then in between, he barked on time every time. And like, it
Holy
gets you a
shit.
little party favor. Like, got people who be like, "Watch this," and put it on. He would do it, and like,
That's awesome.
as I
That is
didn't
awesome.
practice with him though, if I even like mentioned that hook around him, like down the road, I'd be like, "If you feel me," so he just start barking like crazy. So he lost it at one point, but I have it on video.
Wow, that's
I thought
crazy.
it was cool. I put in work, but sentimental song to me. He passed away, but
Yeah,
I I heard that song and I sent it to my brothers. I was like, "Where is this song, man? Like, what is this? Why isn't this song huge? Like, I don't get it sometimes because
right.
that song's amazing."
Any dogs I've ever owned, they never could rap or do any songs. So. Corrupt solo, honorable mentions. We'll go right into them. Off Corruption, the only other one I had, Light Shit Up, but it's really because it features Buckshot of the Boot Camp Click, who I love, super underrated rapper. You
My
guys
number
hit,
11 right there.
yeah, and it only is on there because of Buckshot. I mean, Corrupt's all right on it, but
It's mainly Buckshot.
right. You guys hit all the streets as a mother. Off of Space Boogie, I got On the Grind. Can't go wrong with DJ Quick. And Corruption would Everlast. I
yeah,
really like that track.
those are
I
my two.
had one honorable mention for Against the Grain, Speak on It. Nobody brought up Same Shit Different Day album. And I had three off of that. As Time Flies By, Yes, I'm Quicker. It's kind of a cool song. Scrape Through the Hood. And off of Streetlights, there's a song called Yes, Sir. It's kind of single sounding. And Bounce Rock Skate Remix, little posse track. That's what I had as honorable mentions. I mean, we hit a lot. Anything that I left out?
Nothing that you left out, but for people that are watching this, there is a Dog Pound Facebook group that's actually run by Daz and Kurupt and DJ Quick, and it's pretty fucking cool. Like they post in there quite a bit, and sometimes
Hmm.
they beef with some of the fans in there, and some of the kids of the Dog Pound are in there.
Huh.
I'm in there, so I can't remember. It's like it's just Dog Pound group, and it's actually really fun to be part of that group. So if you like Daz, Kurupt, or DJ Quick, join that group.
All right, guys. Have a great Christmas, holidays, all that, and we will be back for season 6 in a couple months.
Still a b-boy, from the old to the new, still a b-boy, too bold for the school, still a b-boy, east coast to the west, b-boys worldwide, we supposed to be blessed, still a b-boy, from the old to the new, still a b-boy, too bold for the school, still a b-boy, east coast to the west, b-boys worldwide.